It's the best part.
Will you ever get tired of that?
I won't.
This toy.
Right, so today we do have Sarah on the podcast, but we also have Nichola Howard. So tell us a bit about yourself, your family, and what life looks like day to day. Straight in.
Yeah, Nicola, 42, although I don't feel it. Mum to 2 kids, married, work full time. Try and juggle a million balls without dropping them. I am a feeder. I like to bake and cook and feed people, even when I can't eat it myself. Yeah, and just, that's me. It's just busy. Life in general is just really busy.
But you've taken the time out for us today, haven't you?
Yes,
You
yes,
have
always prioritised. Find the time.
Good lass. So what does a typical weekday look like for you?
Obviously I'm an early riser because I'm a 6 a.m.er. So get up at 5:15, get ready, head here, have some crack, maybe lift some weights, maybe listen. Not one of our strongest points. Get home and I'm Sergeant Major. I get home, the house is in complete darkness and I'm like, right, everyone up! Up, ready for school, out the door. As soon as the kids are out the door, log into work, do a 7.5-hour day, try and get a lunchtime walk in, and then the kids come home and it's chaos again. They're very busy boys, they're very sporty, they both do judo and football, so they have manic schedules, and I'm the one who makes sure they're fed and out the door, and the husband does all the taxiing, to be fair. And then I might add a couple of cardio classes in an evening, much to the disgust of yous lot.
Yes.
Normally, I'm the first one up and the last one to bed, essentially. So life is like a million miles an hour.
It's good that the other half does taxi runs though, because it's very rare that I hear that. Like,
yeah,
very, very rare.
Really good. We've got really active grandparents as well, who, if one, because they have very different schedules. If one's at football, one's at judo, they'll tag team and one will take one somewhere, one will take somewhere else. We play to our strengths. Stu's good at ferrying them around. He doesn't cook. So I'm the one who is like, they're in from school, they're fed, they're fueled, they've got the right kit on and they're out the door. And then I get a bit of time for me, so.
It's like me and Ross in reverse.
Yeah.
You're the one that cooks and I'm the ferry.
Yeah. Yeah, you can, but you get the boys ready. Like you have all the school stuff under control. Like I haven't a clue, like Easter bonnet, whatever. Do you know what I mean? Stuff like that. Like that's Sarah's strengths, and we do the same, don't we? Yeah, we don't try not to step on each other's toes when it comes to things, do we? But
until Ross told us to fill the truck up yesterday, I was like, no.
No, that's not my job.
I was like, I can't even remember the last time I filled the truck up.
I don't do tip runs and I don't do the bins. That's Stu's job. I'll do the housework. I'll do the cooking. But tip runs, no, that's his domain, much to his disgust.
I'm the tip run master.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. And what's your weekday look like then? Because I wanted to include Sarah in this of obviously like busy mums and how you fitted in and look fit as fuck, basically.
I mean, Nicola's busier than me, like hands down.
She sounds busier than all of us, doesn't she?
So I mean, mine's get up. Actually, the Ben gets me up. He comes in first because he's got his alarm set, and he'll come in. He's like, "Morning, mummy." Breakfasts, pat lunch, get ready, get the Bens ready, make sure he's got everything. Drop him off. Come in for my gym session. I'm 9 o'clocker. Quite like that. I'm no longer a 6 a.m. 9 o'clocker. Get my session done. Go home. Straight to work. Generally calls and things like that. All the back end admin, all the way to the school run, back, generally back on calls 4 till 6, by which point you've made the tea, have tea, and then it's Thompson tournament time.
On the PlayStation.
On the PlayStation. So we'll have like 45 minutes, half an hour, where we'll all sit on a tournament and whoever wins, wins. Thompson champ dance.
Mm-hmm.
Bath and read the Ben with the Ben, and then our downtime for an hour.
I mean, you do classes as well, Wednesday, Friday.
Swimming and gymnastics.
Yeah, I don't do those ones. That's not.
It's like every now and again I'll say like, oh, there's this class here, and Ross will go, really? And it will get implemented at some point.
Yeah. Added to a very busy schedule. It's like, can we do it? Can we fit it in?
I want him to try everything.
Yeah, and have that.
To see if he likes it. I know he definitely despises football. I signed him up for an after-school club the other week, and it was 5 weeks. And like he caught wind that one of the sessions was football, and that was it. I got a phone call. He doesn't want to stay. Will you come pick him up? I was like, oh.
Whereas the boys have like development football. They both play for the school team. They have grassroots teams. They have a call on a Thursday night with Luke O'Nine from Sunderland, where they talk around the psychological aspect of the game and things. So it's there is something all the time, trying to remember where they need to be and what they need to be doing and what kit they need, and if it's home, if it's away, if they've got water. It's like the cognitive overload sometimes is a bit like, whew.
I wish there was more at school, because I always remember it's like even in junior school, there was something every night.
Yeah.
It was netball, it was football, it was rugby, it was swimming. And it was dead easy because it was like they got it done at school and then they came home.
Yeah.
And now I don't think there's as much at school.
It's everywhere else.
There's a great big spider up there. I just clocked out the corner of my eye. But yeah, it's like, so it makes it even more difficult because you are having to go to all these separate places.
It's a financial commitment as well, though, sometimes. Like, I clock up how much we spend on after school activities like their judo, their football, and it's a chunk. It's a chunk. Especially like the eldest just got back from skiing, so that's like, and if the youngest decides he wants to go skiing next year, that's going to be like the equivalent of my mortgage and just ski fees.
Yeah.
But you want them to experience as much as possible, and like Lucas has found that he's quite a natural skier, so he got in the advanced group this time, and he loves it, and you just want them to have those experiences as early as possible. So yeah, we do invest a lot of time and money.
But experiences, we always say experiences, like it's the best thing to ever invest in. It's like what they're going to get out of a 300 pair of trainers.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Or them Canada Goose jackets were around a few years ago, like a grand jacket. Like they grow out of shit like that, and it's like they'll never remember that. They'll always remember this, especially a skiing trip.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? The course they will.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're all for that as well. It makes you think though, when you've just been talking about that, do you know when you've got people like say inquiring for the gym or whatever else, and they live at home without responsibilities, and they turn around and say, I'm just too busy.
I just don't think there's any, yes. I think that's the first excuse that comes out of people's mouths, though. I just don't have the time. And I'll always say, how much time have you spent doom scrolling on? I'm a TikTok person, honestly. I spend far too much time and invest too much time in other people's lives. And it's this mind suck, isn't it? It sucks you in, and before you know it, you've spent a couple of hours just scrolling through your phone. There's always time. It's just, you've got to commit to it and find the time in your day, wherever that is. For me, it's obviously before the kids are up, before the world's up, I get myself in the gym, or last thing at night when I've settled the kids to bed and I'm doing whatever else. So it's just finding where that space is in your day to be able to fit it in.
Generally, the 6 o'clock works for most mums. Like, that's the...
And it's done.
Yeah, I know. I always say I'm a morning trainer and stuff like that, and people do have to train on the night, but it gets it done, doesn't it? Yours is perfect, ideal straight after school run, isn't it?
I mean, I'm quite fortunate in that I can drop him off and come here. I work my day around that. Some people aren't that fortunate, and then it is like, can I get up and get it done and then get back to the house in time to get them ready for school? And then if not, it's like, oh, well, I've got this class here and this class here on a night. Can I get someone else to make sure they get there? And
find your village of people who can help you. That's the thing, isn't it? I think that's something we've lost.
It used to be a village. There's not so much of a village anymore.
You've just got to recruit them in. Keep them, haven't you?
We just need to pay people, don't we?
Yeah.
Pay someone. So looking back at the old Nicola, obviously you sent me a photo of, like, because you said you want to see the most horrendous photo of yourself. Yeah. I think I might have to put this up on the screen to show it. So how did you feel seeing the photo of yourself at your heaviest?
I mean, that photograph, you can see how miserable I am. I think it just depicts the fact that I was just so unhappy. I mean, that photograph in itself was on holiday when you're supposed to be the most relaxed and enjoying life, and my husband spun the camera around, and I just wanted to kill him in that moment because I was so unhappy with how I looked. I would say at that point in my life, we were on holiday, I remember exactly where we were, the kids were off exploring, enjoying themselves, and I'd become what I would say was a spectator in my own life. I was sat watching everybody else have fun, sitting there doing nothing because of how I felt. The contrast now is just phenomenal. Like last year I did Total Warrior with this lot. Like, never thought I'd do that in a million years. I've climbed trees and I've zip wired with the boys. We've done bike rides, we've done horse riding, we've done water parks. Like, I'm actively living my life in comparison to before. Like, it's just worlds apart. So yeah, it was the wake-up call I needed to do something about it, but looking back and seeing the difference, yeah, it's just parallels apart.
But when you were here 6 years ago,
yeah,
is that right?
6 years ago.
Yeah, 6 years ago you were here originally.
Hiatus.
You weren't like you weren't.
No,
like
so I joined initially because I was getting married and I wanted, and I probably got into that mindset of training for an event, a holiday.
Yes, yeah.
And then I trained for a bit after I got married, and I thought, oh, I know what I'm doing now. I can do it alone. And I can't. I honestly can't. I can't push myself enough. I can't dial into my nutrition enough. And I went on probably a 6-year bulk without doing any exercise. I think COVID happened as well. My job changed, so I work predominantly from home now. So I would think nothing of sitting on like a lunch break, scrolling through my phone with a cup and a packet of biscuits. I wouldn't do that in the office because people would be like, what's she doing? So I think I got into really unhealthy, bad habits. My job's quite stressful. It's quite emotionally driven at times. And I found food and alcohol as that coping mechanism for life. And then you look back and you think, that's not really how you should be coping with life, because actually it's making you hate your life. So yeah, I kind of had to do a complete mindset reversal, really.
It's a spiral, like, isn't it?
It was, and I think those bad habits sneak in, and you don't realise the effect until you get something like that photograph taken, and you're like, shit. So I started backtracking. I went to a commercial gym. I was hammering the cardio. I was sometimes doing 3 classes back to back, like literally killing myself. And yes, the weight was dropping, but actually I was becoming a skinnier version of my fat self. And I begged. I think I saw you at York train station, coming back from the Carabao Cup final. I'd lost about 2.5 stone at that point. And then so I'd seen you, then I'd seen a video online of somebody throwing a box at your head, random. And I was like, I know that this place works. So I was like, I need to be back there. And I messaged and I was like, I don't even care if I have to start in carnage. I just need to be back. I need to be back on the barbell, but any way I can get my foot through the door and wait for a space. And within 2 weeks, I was back.
So what would you say to that version of yourself on that photo now? What would you say to yourself?
Oh, stop making the excuses. Like, the excuses are all there, aren't they? Like, I don't have the time, I'm too busy. Like, I always used to make excuses about not being able to get my steps in, because I'd be like 7.5 hour day in front of the screen at work. It was just all excuses. I don't have the time, I don't have the money. And I look back on how much I was eating on, like, spending on Just Eat, and Uber Eats and Deliveroo. And I'm thinking I did have the money.
Ones.
I was just wearing it. Yeah, or my personal favourite, I want to lose a bit of weight before I go back to the gym. Like, why? Why do I make those stupid excuses to yourself? Because the fear of stepping into a gym environment and being judged was just too much for my head to take. So it was stop the excuses, because the only person at that point I was cheating was myself. And if I'd learnt that sooner, I'd probably have been here a bit sooner. But it's been a learning curve.
But everything happens at the right time, and like, you lost the weight and then you were probably just ready for that step yourself, do you know what I mean? Because clearly you weren't ready to make the move straight away, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was very much a staged approach. It didn't go all in like fitness guru within like 24 hours, because that's not sustainable. I started with a couple of cardio classes. I started with tracking my calories. I wasn't really prioritising my protein. I was probably eating a bit too much shite. But at least I was tracking, and then I upped my cardio, then I upped my steps. Then I came back here and I locked in with my nutrition. I started lifting. I'm lifting heavier than I was the first time I was here. So I just think that something then clicked. And it helped in terms of having my arse kicked. Like if I haven't got my nutrition in the app, get it in the app, or because the training side for me isn't an issue. I mean, I think I'm on 89 days unbroken at the minute because I love it.
Yeah, you need your 100 days, aren't you?
I'm going on holiday, I'm going to miss my 100 days. But for me, training is not an issue because I love it. It makes us feel good. It's always been about my nutrition and keeping on track of that and not going into that spiral of eating shite and drinking alcohol. So that's what's given us the focus.
Good. I was going to be what was the turning point for the change, but it was definitely the photo, wasn't it? Oh.
Yeah, I think that photo, and then I had a photograph taken at Christmas. So that was like the summer. And then Christmas I had photographs taken and I was like, holy shit, like something needs to change here. I don't want to be that person. And I was a January gym starter. So I started back at the gym in the January. And that's when I started to make those changes. I think it was just because I didn't see it. Like I did know, but I just started wearing clothes that were a bit stretchier, or I lived in leggings. I would avoid photographs in their entirety. I would untag myself in photographs on social media because I just wasn't ready to face the reality of the fact that that was how I looked to the outside world. When you can't get the angle right and you can't get the lighting right. So it was the wake-up call, essentially.
It's funny, isn't it, how it's the photo. Like a lot of people who we've talked to over the years is obviously a lot has come from a photo being taken of them, and that's when it's been that reality kick in the tits.
It is weight blindness, I think sometimes. I think especially it's gradual.
You see yourself every day at the end of the day, don't you? You see yourself at the end of the day, so you don't quite see, and you kind of turn yourself off to it as well, don't you?
Massive reality check.
Yeah. I like it. Okay. So, oh God, you keep answering all my questions. What made you return last April? What felt different this time? Like coming back?
Do you know what? Like as soon as I stepped through the door, it felt like I hadn't been away. Like obviously I'm back in the group with Sandy, so like
he was with Sandy years ago.
And Sandy's like been here throughout, so it almost felt like I was like I'd just returned, like I hadn't been away for 6 years. I think it was just so easy to get back to it, and obviously there's different people, but they're all class. Like at the end of the day, you come in and I always say we train hard, but we probably laugh a lot harder because we are a noisy group. The banter's great, and actually I'm lifting heavier, but I think that's because I'm a bit more dialed in with my nutrition, and the group kick your arse, and if you're being a bit like, oh, I don't think I can do that, they just like tell you can, and you do. Like it's like, oh yeah, I can do it. So yeah, it's just. It is, and I've said this to you, I've done every gym, probably within a 5-mile radius of my house. This is the most inclusive space by far that I've ever walked into. Like, it doesn't matter where you're starting at. You could have been lifting for years or never touched a barbell. Like, if you're back squatting 10 kilos or 100 kilos, the support from your group will be exactly the same because they're there to support you to get to where you want to be, not where they want to be. So it's just a lush place. I don't think people appreciate that until the start and they go, I get it. Because it's the community that makes this place what it is. And they're all mint. Yeah.
We're taking our rate, aren't we? We're taking our rate. So what's been the biggest factor in losing the weight?
I think it's been micro steps along the way. I think when I started, if I'd tried to like track my nutrition and get my protein in and get my steps in and get my training in, I would have failed because it had been a bit like too much too soon. I think it's been adding that layer upon layer of kind of getting my activity up, then getting my steps in, then getting my protein in, and there's still ways to go. Like there's still things that I can fine tune and kind of like tune into, but it's just been building those better habits, replacing. I've become a bit obsessive with like getting my steps in, being more active. Like this morning, it's a rest day at the gym, but I've been up and walked the dogs.
Yeah.
So I've done 3 miles before anybody's got up out of bed. You know what I mean? So it's building those habits, and that's what helps keep you consistent. Because for me, motivation is a myth. It doesn't exist. It's something you have short term when you see a horrendous photograph, but it's something that fades really quickly. So actually, it's those healthier habits for me that have helped get us where I am, and hopefully will help keep me where I am.
Are you reading off our playbook here?
Am I just regurgitating stuff?
No. It's like everything what we try and teach, and
but
it's meant to hear, isn't it?
But it is what makes that success, and it's what keeps you where you want to be, rather than like I'm not against like the amount of times I've been asked if I'm jabbing. Like, are you on Manjaro? And I'm like, no, I'm hungry. Quite a lot. Sometimes I'm going to bed and I'm drinking a lot of sparkling water because I'm starving, because everybody's looking for that quick fix, and there isn't a quick fix. This is around doing things differently, but doing things differently for a long time.
I suppose obviously the difference between the jabs is you're putting in the energy and everything. Weightlifting, you're prioritising your protein. Yeah. Like for those people, we all know this, like for those people who are just going on jabs and doing nothing else, like the muscle mass wastage is going to be
massive.
Do you know what I mean? And that's the huge difference of like, yes, this is harder.
Yeah.
Fucking 10 times as hard, but it's worth it in the end run. Like where you've just had your photo shoot Saturday, like if you'd have done it the opposite way and did what people think you were doing, the jabs, you wouldn't have looked like you shared your tricep pose yesterday. You wouldn't have had them arms popping.
No, and I don't think, and like I work for the NHS, so like they have their place absolutely, but how readily accessible they are without support in terms of nutrition and to change what's up here, for me, that I don't want to be a slave to a drug company for the rest of my life. Because if you start on that and you come off that, you're going to regain the weight and then you're going to go back on it. And I don't want to pay a drug company hundreds of pounds a month to not learn anything. So for me, what this has given me is the knowledge and skill to maintain it with a healthier benefit at the end of it. Because once you stop taking a medication, that suppresses your appetite. Your appetite comes back. If you haven't learned anything in the meantime, you just revert to type, really.
Anything to add to that, Mrs. Thompson?
I think it's going to be really interesting to see what the long-term result is of it, because I think they've got the place, and I think for some people it initially suppresses so they can focus on readjusting the habits, but there's a lot of people who are literally just using that. It's like how many 50s, 60-year-olds are we going to have who are either ridiculously overweight because they weren't able to afford to continue on it, and they've put all the weight back on and then some, and how many people are we going to have who have completely lost their independence because they've lost that much muscle mass, they need someone to help look after them. Like,
and that's what the research is telling us, isn't it? Like people's body composition when they come off it is worse.
Yeah. Like it's frightening. It's frightening to think. It's like, it's a hard one because it's like obviously obesity in and of itself is horrendous for your health when you're older, like when you get older. And it's like, what would have been worse? What do you think, Dan?
I was going to say,
I'm getting intrigued.
Dan's sitting behind the cameras.
It's like what's worse? A load of obese people and the illnesses attributed to that, or a load of people who were frail.
And I think for a lot of for companies, it's money, isn't it? They're making a lot of money out of this.
God, I wish
very
I
quickly.
invested in it early.
And I just think, if it was prescribed with the right support in terms of nutritional advice, dietitian advice, so that people were prioritising getting their protein in so they could preserve some of their muscle mass, then absolutely it probably would have a more beneficial place, whilst giving you some headspace to work upon your relationship with food. But at the moment, it's just like you fill in an online consultation, and within a couple of days you've got medication through your door that you then not got the knowledge to utilise as the tool it should be, rather than the quick fix that it's becoming.
Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, of the people that I know who I've spoken to, 75% of them aren't adjusting the habits.
No.
25% of them are, and it's like, champion, you're using it in the right way. 75% are just, just take that, I've lost all this weight, champion. That's it.
People having 600 calories a day of pure shite. And it's like, well, not fueling your body. Yes, you're going to be in a massive calorie deficit, but actually your hair's falling out and you look like, I've seen people who have lost a lot of weight, but you can almost tell that they've utilised that as the mechanism because of their body composition. So yeah, I wish there was a bit more focus around helping people to understand nutrition, helping people to understand and work out their relationship with food, because for me, that's what the benefit has been. I know I'm an emotional eater. If I'm stressed, I want to eat. If I'm happy, I want to eat. If I'm celebrating, I definitely want to eat and have a couple of glasses of fizz. It's working out how I can do that. Like, I've replaced food like with walking. Like, if I've had a stressful day at work, I will walk. If I'm feeling like a little bit on edge or I need some headspace, I'll walk. It's become a bit therapeutic.
Mm-hmm.
And I've replaced that mechanism, that coping mechanism, with something that is kind of inherently much, much better for us longer term.
Do you listen to anything when you're walking, or is it just playing?
Music, books, audio books, loads of different stuff. Yeah, but I just find, like, especially I love first thing in the morning, like dusk time, when the sun's setting, or when it's first thing, like especially at the minute, birds are out and stuff and the world's quiet, and that's my time before the madness of the day to just reset and focus my mind around, and I'll think around, like, what do I need to do? What's my plans today? Where do I need to be? What am I doing for tea? Like, I use that time to almost prioritise and plan my day a little bit, so that I know where I need to be and who I need to be sorting out and stuff. And yeah, that's become my therapy.
Like, that is your you time.
Yeah.
Like, specifically.
Yeah.
That's your favourite time of day as well,
It is
isn't
my
it?
favourite time. Like, but I'm not out walking. I'm just sitting in my little yellow chair in the house, having my coffee, just writing my memoirs, getting ready for the day. Really, it's just because nobody's awake in the house.
When the world's asleep, I love it.
It's Dan's as well, isn't it? Yeah, Dan's favourite time of the day.
Yeah.
In the gym.
Sarah's favourite time, because you're asleep, aren't you?
Do you know what? We've had this conversation many a time. Ross used to always like slate me because I'm not a morning person, and you see, you should be. Get up when I get up.
Dan, no excuses.
Get up when I get up and do some work and do this and do that, and it's like, no. Like that, I am not a morning person. Never have been, never will be. And then he read the sleep book, and then he was like,
Why we sleep?
I apologise.
Yeah.
Because you are just literally not a morning person.
Yeah, we are different type of people, and once you do read the book, it's like, right, I get it. And that's why there is people who train in the morning, people who train on the night. And when people on the night are saying, I kind of get up, it's like, actually, yeah, there is two different types of people. I can see Dan fucking steaming.
It's like you'll get up
Become
early.
a morning person.
You'll get up early, you'll go through your day, you'll get whatever work done you need to get done, you'll have a nap.
Yeah.
I hit like a midday slump. I'm like, I could really go to sleep. But actually, it's like, rah, and I power through. I'm sometimes more productive on an afternoon. My head just switches.
Where you do those couple hours in the afternoon, like 4 till 6, I can't even open a laptop then. Like, I am not done.
Yeah.
Like, by 3 o'clock, like, it's hard for me to get involved in anything. Like, if my perfect working day is waking up at 5, I know I'm coaching here at the minute, but my perfect working day would wake up at 5, start work at 5:30 in the house, work all the way through till 1:30, have my nana nap, pick the pen up and done.
I found shifting my working, and I'm really fortunate in the fact that I can shift my working day around, but historically I'd have a half-hour lunch break I'd normally sit with a cuppa and a packet of biscuits. Now I'll take an hour and I'll walk. And I find that really helps my brain to reset, and actually I'm much more productive. My concentration's better in the afternoon than it used to be, because I'd get to that like 3 o'clock slump and I'd be like either having to have a massive cup of coffee to keep myself awake, or like just finding that my mind was drifting. So again, like throughout the shred, I prioritise my lunchtime walk every day. Doesn't matter if it's raining, if it's freezing, if it's snowing, just get out, get your boots on, get your coat on, walk the A167 like a crazy person.
And you have done every weather, because
weather.
You've done your shred January or April.
Yeah.
January, end of March, sorry. And that has been everywhere.
Yeah.
I've seen all the pictures of you
Rain,
every weather.
sleet, ice, cold, yellow weather warnings for wind, like you name it, I've walked it. And if I can do it January to March, I've got no excuse in the summer to not get out and walk.
Not anymore.
No.
How important, like, so you've got a Mint 6am crew, but like, how important is that community?
It is literally what makes it. It is literally what makes it. I think, as I've said, I've done every gym going, and there's no egos, there's no cliques. You're not going to walk in and like feel like people are like talking about you, which you can get in a lot of your commercial gyms. They are literally the people that keep you going, who give you that motivation, who take the piss out of you, who lower the tone. It is that community that just literally like makes it what it is, because whilst you'll do that kind of that set, you'll have your bit rest and you'll just crack on and you learn so much about people and their lives and what's going on in their lives, and everyone's at different stages, like having like more kids and stuff like that, and you just learn so much about your little crew, and they do become your gym family, and people don't understand it until they've been here, I don't think, or just how invested you become in other people's progress and in their lives and their achievements. But it just works. They are literally like what keeps you coming day in, day out. And I'm the one who like literally will take the piss if you've missed days. I'll be the one harassing you in our little group going, did your alarm clock not work this morning? Like, was Greg's calling you? Like, yeah. I'm the one, because I'm the consistent one at the moment.
You are, yeah.
So I'm the one who will literally take the piss if you're slacking off. So there's so many different dynamics within your group around kind of your mother hen, Sandy, keeps us kind of all kind of just built like that. The one who'll take the piss out of you, and me, who will be like, well, we just sack it off this morning, just being a bit lazy. So yeah, it is everything, it really is.
Dan, I forgot to get Nick a bottle of water. Can you grab one for us? Cheers. Totally forgot. Where's me manners? Who's the second most consistent then within your group?
Second.
Because with the way Nick's groups work, there's always 3 groups running at the same time, but Nick works in a group of 8.
I suppose John, because John's obviously, he's fairly new. He started, I think, just after me, but he's like done like 2 back-to-back shreds. So he's been on it. So he's probably the second most consistent.
Kev turns up every day.
Yeah, Kev's new. Yeah, he's there.
He's there.
So yeah, so
and that's
Kev's
it.
there. And then that's it. I mean, Ross, yeah. He's kind of hit and miss. Jamie, he's been a bit more on it recently, but prior to that, he's taken some stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's taken some stick, and then Sandy's just Sandy. She is like Sandy will turn up for a few weeks, and then she'll have a few weeks off, and then she'll come back and she'll lift exactly what she was lifting before. She's just a machine. But yeah, that's probably our little gym lot.
Consistently inconsistent.
Yeah.
That's what they are. How do you manage? I mean, how do you manage the kids' work and fitness? Like balancing it all in?
You just have to be really effective with your time, really. As I've said, I've got a really supportive family. While Stu doesn't do the cooking and cleaning, he's really good at being a taxi man. He takes the kids wherever they need to go. As I said, grandparents are a real big help. I think what I've found really with the shred is Sunday is my prep day. So I spend a lot of time prepping for the week in terms of meals. I am a baker. Like, my house has smelt of like freshly baked brownies and cookies and bread for pretty much the whole of the shred. It's almost sadistic that I've done it myself, to be fair.
Be lush, wouldn't it?
I do just because the boys do need to eat, so I do tend to bake for them. So it is just managing my time and making sure I'm prepared, because if I'm not, that's when I'm more likely to fall into the contents of the fridge. So yeah, I think preparation is key, and using your time wisely, and not sitting at, like, for example, I can cook a Sunday roast, and the kids disappear and they're on their PlayStations, the husband's gone for his afternoon nap, I'll go out and walk.
That's
it's just
good.
finding the time to do the bits that you need to do in the confines of the time you've got.
I like a productive Sunday. Like
Yeah.
a house productive Sunday. Even though it's a chill day, I'm still productive in the house, and that makes us feel satisfied at the end of it.
Yeah.
Even though I feel more chilled doing that than a working day. If you get us?
Yeah, my head is, if I've got a tidy and clean house and I know my meals are prepped for the week and I know what's going on, like, I'm just a calmer person. Whereas if I don't have that level, I'm a bit of a control freak, aren't I? When I haven't got that level of when I haven't got that level of control, I'm all over the place, and I'm probably not the easiest person to be around. Especially, I think when I've not planned perfectly and I've been hungry. The kids are like, "Don't talk to mum yet. She's not eating and she's hungry. Stay away." And they do. Just leave us in the kitchen to prep whatever I need to go. Then I'm a bit kind of nicer. So yeah, I think it's just around that, being prepared, using your time a bit more effectively, and stop making shit excuses, really.
So for both of you, like, what, when it comes to health, fitness, getting in the gym, strength, whatever else, what is you, especially around kids, what are your biggest struggles? We'll let Sarah go first.
Biggest struggle around kids? Do you know what it is, right? Listening to Nicola, I am probably my biggest struggle, because I am chaos. Like, I'm very organised with the Ben, and I know exactly what he needs, when he needs it, where he needs to be. I haven't got that self-discipline sometimes to prep. You do food. I know me food sorted. I'm very much, if I've got a tidy space, I'm much more productive, and I'm a lot more, like, I feel accomplished, but sometimes I just walk in my office and I look at it and I go, not today. Like,
Close the door.
Like, I am my own worst enemy. That's my biggest struggle. I am sometimes my own worst enemy, because admittance of guilt. Do you know when people say, like, "Oh, I've done really well this week, I'm going to have a treat"? Mm-hmm. Sunday's hit, and I'm like, "I fucking worked really hard this week, I am going to mong them right out." And literally the couch sits there, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm my own worst enemy.
I suppose one of your struggles is school holidays. Is probably one of your biggest struggles of trying to get just to the gym, isn't it? Because it, like, where we don't get the help, so it's like,
well, school holidays, getting work done, because I'm always conscious if Ross doesn't get his work done, he's a fucking nightmare.
yeah.
So, like, I'll say, right, you prioritise your work, and then he's going, I know, but if I prioritise my work, then you're not able to go on the calls because you've got the little one. And it's like, but if I'm on calls, you're sitting with the boy, you're taking him somewhere, you're doing something with him, you're not sitting on your laptop working while he's pleasing himself on the PlayStation. Like, he's only 6. I am not creating that habit.
No.
And Megan, you end up battling over it.
I think it's because, as women, we're being sold this dream of being able to have it all. Like, you can have a life, and you can have a family life, you can have a career, you can have an Instagram worthy home. My house has definitely not been Instagram worthy during the shred. And I don't think you can. And that's a really hard thing to say. I think you can have it all, but not at the same time.
Yeah.
There are certain parts of your life where things will take more of your time than others. Like, your kids will need more attention, or your work needs more attention. Like, we're planning major house refurbs, that's going to take a lot of attention. And for me, I can't drop the ball on the kids, because they're what we live for. I can't drop the ball at work because the consequences are too significant. So the thing where I have dropped the ball historically has been me. I've neglected myself to prioritise everybody else. But longer term, that has such far more detrimental impacts on every other aspect of my life that I hadn't realised. So actually, just giving myself a bit of grace that I can't do everything and I can't be everything to everyone, and sometimes I'm not going to be the perfect wife, and I'm not going to be the perfect mother, and I'm not going to have, my house is sometimes going to have dirty dishes left over at the end of the day, and that's okay, because actually I need to get out and do that walk. And try to do everything and have it all and have everything in your life perfect and Instagrammable isn't realistic, and you'll drive yourself into a bit of a crazy person trying to do that.
I remember Joanne from concert last year on her testimonial said how she looked after four older boys, isn't it? Or whatever it is, like four.
Yeah, there's not a lot between them, so they were like, I think they were like 16 to 21 sort of age. It was very...
But she's always looked after them forever, and she didn't realise, like, prioritising herself for once is being able to help everybody else in her life so much more. And that's what I'm hearing from you, So, yeah, meant. So this is where I big up your husband and me, basically.
Well, come on, we have to bring up the men.
And obviously the reason behind this is because we hear so much when people are trying to sign up to us about like I've got to ask the fella, and then some partners, both sexes, will drag them down as well. Like, you're going to the gym too much, or like you're not spending enough time at home. So it's like, what role does your husband's play, and like how's that support really help you both, really?
That's massive,
am I
isn't
just
it?
including myself?
He's looking at me. He's looking at me, so I'm big up.
No. I mean, obviously,
so supportive. You're really supportive. Thanks for that.
No, obviously from Nicola, but it's like because we do hear it so much about, and where you said like you prioritising yourself there, it helps everybody else.
It does,
and it gives you. You're a better person because of it, and because you're a better person, you get to be a better person for everybody else. And that does help with the support, obviously, you've had from Stu as well, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's massively beneficial. Like, you need somebody in your corner, don't you? In terms of, like, my training itself doesn't impact on the family that much because they're still asleep, essentially. Like, by the time I've finished my training session, they're not even out of bed yet. It's everything else. It's like, I dragged him out during like a proper snowstorm during the shred, and he was like, "This is grim." And I was like, "It absolutely fucking is. It's grim." But like, I think those habits wear off on him as well. So he's been up this morning. He's not a morning person at all, but he's been up this morning. He's walked the dogs with us and stuff like that, and that's become our time to chat as well, away from the kids. So actually, it kind of benefits that relationship as well. But yeah, and like I cook a bit healthier, so it's probably beneficial for him as well. But it can take its toll. Like I think he said, like, this has been like intense. I'm quite ready for the shred to finish because it's a lot to do. It's a big commitment. But I think the benefits of me. I mean, and I've been really lucky that even when I was at my biggest, Stu was never detrimental about me. It's like I just didn't really pay any attention. Like, didn't really he wasn't really bothered. But I think he can see now from me how much happier I am in myself. So he's happier for me. But yeah, he's never been one to go, "How am I fatty? Get off the sofa. Stop squirreling that family-sized bag of Maltesers to yourself."
Not like Ross then.
It's good to have the support though, like, because we do hear it a lot, don't we? And it's I mean, we even have people like leave because of not having that support at home.
Yeah.
It's always quite sad because it's, if you can support them to be happier, but then I suppose it comes back to the person changing it's what's the psychological part of it? It's they're scared of them becoming a different person, and they aren't willing to change themselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you heard
I suppose I am a very different person to who I was when he took that picture, but that's because I'm happy to go like on a water slide and get on a bloody inflatable raft, because historically I wouldn't have been able to get off. Do you know what I mean? So I'm a more active participant in our kids' lives, but that's a positive thing. I mean, it's always harder when like you've got an aspect of your life that other person isn't privy to. Because he's like, "Well, who are these people that you talk about all the time?" I was like, "Well, that's that person, that's that person." So that can be, that for people, that could be intimidating.
Yeah.
But I suppose the benefits in terms of how it's impacted positively my life outweighs any of that. So yeah, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done without Stu's support, because he has literally ferried the kids around here, there and everywhere. Whilst I've been off trekking like 7 miles, he's like dropped us in the middle of nowhere so I can walk home and stuff like that. So so that's always been really helpful. But yeah, I think you massively underestimate how much the person that you're married to takes on when you take on such a mammoth challenge like the shred. They almost do it with you, unwittingly so. So yeah, you kind of drag them along with you.
I think sometimes it's asking, you know. I think it's asking for help as well.
Yeah.
And obviously being offered it. But I think some women will not ask. They'll not ask for help. And I think there's always like, there's varying degrees of how much a partner inputs and supports. You've got the ones where the maybe's not in the best place in the relationship, and they think, oh well, if they go and get in shape, they're going to leave us, so I'm just going to keep them back. And then there's the ones where it's like they're all supportive, but the woman's like, well, actually, like, I'm not going to ask because I don't want to give you more to do. So then they're actually stopping themselves from getting the support that the partners would actually give. Like, I do it with you sometimes, like, oh, do you mind doing that for us? And you're like, why I? And like, there's a part of us that's like, didn't ask him because he's got loads on, didn't ask him. But if I said to you, I'm going to go out for a 2-hour walk, you'd be like, all right, see you later.
Yeah.
I'll keep an eye on the bed and whatever. Like, he wouldn't be bothered. He would do it. But there's sometimes, I think some people don't want to ask because they don't want to put more on.
Like asking for diesel to be filled in the truck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how did the photo shoot fail?
Terrifying. I think I was physically shaking when I first came in, because obviously I'm the one normally behind the camera taking the pictures, and that's obviously like coming from that fear of having a horrendous picture taken. But I think it was almost euphoric when it was finished, and like you could kind of sit back and think, yeah, I did that. Yeah, really empowering as a woman, especially an older woman, because all you see on, that's not like 42 is really old, but like everybody you see online from a fitness perspective are in their 20s, they've not had kids, like your body changes when you've had like a couple of kids. So actually it's real, like, and I think the comments from like people who I haven't seen for years would be like, strong, not skinny, and like looking awesome, and like it's been like, yeah, actually I'm training for strength, I'm training for my future. I don't want to be a stick. I just want to be able, I want to be able to look like I train without having to tell people I train. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, she looked after herself. That's what you want. Without like,
I do that in the airport.
Yeah.
There was a woman in the airport a couple of years ago, and she was diced. She had big shoulders on her, like a vest on. And I looked at Ross. I was like, do I look like I train? Like if I didn't flex. He was like, because you want to be able to walk around with big. Well, yeah, they look after themselves.
Yeah.
We do that everywhere we go, don't we? Can she trains?
Yeah.
She trains.
And then it's, what do you think she trains?
Yeah, that's our question.
What do you think she does? CrossFit or just weights, bit of swimming maybe?
Yeah.
Name that sport.
Yeah,
she's a yogi.
Yeah. I mean, we are like, well, everyone's people watchers.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
know what I mean? Everyone's people watch. But for us, it's like, we have this little appreciation, don't we, for when we see women like, who's just got a little bit broad shoulder or like a little bit toned down. It's like, she trains.
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
So
that's what you want.
So if we spotted you in the airport, we'd be like,
yeah, she trains.
She does weights.
That's all you want, isn't it? Like, yeah, that's it.
I think it's like an appreciation. If I see someone and they're like, I know how much work's gone into that.
Yeah.
And I think people who do this kind of thing, especially when you go through the shred, and you know how much is involved, and you see someone out and about, you're like, you get the nod. Like, yeah, I know how much has gone into that.
That's been the overwhelming response from like people when I've shared the pictures, like the determination, the graft. Like people know that that's not just like, you haven't just woke up one day and that's the result. You've had to graft for it, like blood, sweat, tears, tantrums. Like you've had to really invest that time, and that's what people have like commented. And I was like, yeah, I have. Like I have like literally like put like, I mean, the hardest the hardest day of the shred by far. Turn up, hospitality, St James's Park, Champions League, to a free bar. Can't drink.
And that was just the week before, wasn't it? The week before the end.
Well, that was a couple of weeks in. I did it. That was another match where I just because we do like the posh seats. And I was just like, I'll have a Diet Coke. And it's like, and he came back, can I get anything? Actually, I'll treat myself. I'll have a sugar-free Red Bull. While everyone else is getting absolutely clattered. But I woke up the next day and I didn't have a hangover. So, positives. But yeah, because I'd already planned what I was going to eat, I knew, but I wasn't prepared for the free bar. That just kind of caught us off guard a bit. So, but powered through. So yeah, you have to make some compromises and sometimes to get to where you want to be.
So do you have this newfound appreciation for when you do see all these physiques online? Because yours, obviously you've put it in for years, the graft, really. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You've always been on and off with training or whatever else. And then since coming back with us, this is 11, nearly 12 month. It hasn't just been like that 12-week shred.
Yeah.
It's been all of that graft in and then the harder dieting. I mean, you were already dieting, but then the harder dieting. And you do see these incredible physiques out there where people just see them. Some people might have seen somebody could have easily wrote 6-week transformation.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you feel as though you've now got an appreciation where you see physiques and fuck, they've put the work in?
Yeah. Do you know what the hardest bit for me? I did a mini bulk. That for me was the hardest bit because I'd been in a deficit for so long and I'd been trying to lose weight. To physically see the numbers going up, even though I knew that it was going up purposefully and that we were trying to put some lean mass on, I probably battered Joe's head because he's just just eat the calories. And I'm but it's almost like that internal intrusive voice in your head going, but the scale's going up, you're gaining fat. And yeah, you probably gain a bit of fat, but ultimately you want to gain muscle, and the only way you could really do that is by eating more calories. So the psychological kind of almost war in your head when you're going through those cycles of cutting, then a bit of bulk and then cutting again is really hard going. So when you see those people who have cycled on and off, going from bigger to smaller, you just think, yeah, that's some psychological strength. You've got to feel really comfortable with yourself to put yourself through that, really.
What's harder, leg days or getting kids ready for school?
Oh, getting the kids ready for school. I love leg day. I train leg day every day of the week. To be fair, some of one of the kids is easier than the other. But yeah, getting home and literally a sergeant major time. Right, get fed, get dressed, do your teeth, get your bag. Who's got PE? So yeah, leg day any day. Double legs.
What's harder, leg day or getting the kids ready?
Leg day. I fucking hate training legs. We all know this. It's an ongoing thing.
I know, but Sarah's the bench queen. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anything upper body. Just love upper body.
Your upper legs. That's all you need to train,
upper
isn't
legs.
it? So both of you, what would you say to busy mums?
You've just got to prioritise yourself. I know it's hard. There is always something and always demands on your time that's not going to go away. But if you wait until the kids are old enough and gone, your life's gone with it. And I just think, be in those photographs, do those activities with the kids. And in order to do that, you've got to prioritise yourself a little bit. So find the time. You can normally find the money if you look into your finances hard enough and just delete Just Eat and Uber Eats and Deliveroo.
I think it's mental that you do 3 of them, all 3.
No, I totted it up. I think it was a New Year's thing and I totted up a year's worth and it was scary. So yeah, just
A year's worth of
Deliveroo, Just Eat and Uber Eats, and I totted up how much.
You're gonna have to tell us when we turn the cameras off.
It was thousands.
Oh, fucking hell. You were wearing it though.
I was wearing it. I didn't have to have my heating on because I was warm enough. So yeah, I think the excuses are only hurting yourself at the end of the day. So stop making shit excuses and just pick up the bloody barbell.
Yeah, I think for mothers especially, it's not selfish. I think there's always that, I've got mum guilt, I can't go, I can't leave my kids, can't do this. It's if you can figure it out to get in and get it done, it's 4 hours a week of your time. Like, put that into yourself, because you are actually then ultimately going to give more back to your kids. Kids remember the experiences that they've shared with you. If you've never been on the water slide, if you've never been on the roller coaster, if you've never swung with them in the park or whatever else, like, if you're the one sitting on the bench not participating, like, they'll remember that forever. Whereas if you're active and you can do things and you're more willing to participate in stuff that you wouldn't if you felt like shit and you felt unhealthy, like, that stays with them forever. You're actually being more selfish by not looking after yourself.
And actually, my kids now are at the age where they want to build muscle. And they're like, Mum, show us your biceps. Like, Mum, what do I do? And like, my 14-year-old's just started doing some performance training to help him with his judo, and because he's slight, help with his judo, help with his football. And he's coming in, he's like, bench press this, and I did this, and I'm like, mint. And they see me prioritising that and prioritising strength, and I think that's the role model that you want to be. I don't want to be the role model that, like, I remember when Mum was sat holding the dogs whilst we went off and did all these amazing things and she just sat back and watched. That's not what I want my kids to remember. And when they have kids, I want to be that granny who, like, doesn't look like a granny and is doing all that stuff with me grandkids. It's like, I want to be as active as possible for as long as possible. And the only way to do that is by doing this. This is what works. This is what the research tells you it works. So you've just got to do it.
I think people always think right here, right now, like, is the be all and end all. But if you think 10, 20 years time, people don't want to think that far ahead, but if you think that far ahead and think of the implications of where you're at now, if you don't change, if you're not happy with something, if you're not looking after yourself, if you're not healthy, do you want your 50-year-old to be helping you, like, move around your house, or move house so that you don't have stairs to contend with, or not being able to rely on you like you've been able to with your the grandparents? Like, do you really want to be that grandparent that can't help look after your child, like grandkids, because you're old and frail and can't move? Like,
Start now, innit? So, what's next for you?
Holiday. I'm going to Tenerife in a few days' time, and I'm going to lie like a lizard and soak up the sun because I've been so freaking cold. I have walked around with a blanket for weeks. So holiday, bit of time off, not going stupid. Learning to do some serious maintaining. I think I have been an all or nothing kind of girl for a long time, and I need to get out of that mindset. The last thing I want to do is to rebound to where I was. So a bit of time at maintenance, enjoy holidays that we've got, possibly then a little bulk in the kind of back end of the year, potentially another shred. Who knows? Sky's the limit, innit? Let's just keep going.
Perfect. Well, let's have a little cheers for whatever we've got here. Thank you very much. That was mint. Love it. Love it. And time.